Currently, my wife and I live in the house that I lived in as a child. I maybe lived in a few houses growing up, but this one has definitely been the most significant for several reasons. I definitely want to see if I can show you up close, but it's right there. This is a back little storage room, but the house is right here. And it's definitely been something that's been a part of my life for a really long time, especially now that we're living in it. Let's go check it out. It just means a little bit more to me that this little house has been in my family, and now I'm starting a family here. So I just want to show you real quick what that looks like. There it is. There's the house right here. You might see my wife moving around. She's picking up some things. But let's talk about this real quick. When I moved into this house, I really wanted to start vlogging. Vlogging was something I discovered a while ago, but I figured when I moved here and we had our own space and a nice big yard, as you can see, I'm in almost an acre lot, and I'm just thinking like this would be perfect spot to make videos. I want to start vlogging. I definitely wanted to start vlogging. I wanted to start YouTubing, but for some reason I just let some things that kind of got in the way, and now maybe it's time to start doing that. What I was telling myself why I didn't start YouTubing was, I should have just started 7 years ago. That's when I was getting all into film and photography and videography. Back in 2012, I had accumulated a lot of gear. I had the microphones, I had the cameras, bought the iMac. And the reason why I did that was because in 2010, when I discovered videography, when I discovered filmmaking, that I love technology, I told myself I'm going to practice and I'm going to work every holiday break. That way I can create enough cash flow to buy all this gear. And that's what I did. I took my spring break, my Christmas break, my summer break, and I worked full-time the whole time. Didn't take any really break, vacation, and just work. And when I finally had enough money in 2012, I bought all the gear I needed. And that's why I wanted to talk about the title of this video. I should have started 7 years ago. However, if I would have started 7 years ago and not knowing enough, I probably would have failed. And not only that, I had so much other focus. See, some people you might hear about, they want to start school, and that's what I did. So like I mentioned, I bought all the gear in 2012. However, what ended up happening to that gear was I put it all into a chest, I left it at home, and I just went to college. Every now and then, maybe I'd pick up the camera when I came home, made some videos. Sometimes I brought it with me to school, but ultimately I just left it in a place and it didn't do anything. It didn't bring me any value, and I wasn't practicing. I would say I had pretty good excuses. I had responsibilities as a collegiate football player. I was a full-time student. I had practices in the evenings, working out sessions afterwards. I had studying to do in the morning, studying to do at the night. I was working on friendships, relationships, whatever it was. I just simply did not have time, which is probably the case for anybody when they're trying to start a YouTube channel. I didn't completely give up on it. I helped on film projects with some friends. Every now and then I brought out the camera to help on student projects, but I definitely was working towards my core classes in business school. So I didn't want to focus on anything else other than sports and classes. So in 2013 is the year I met my wife, and she was really into photography. In fact, she was doing that for friends, for the love of it. And that's what made me pull out my camera again. So I started bringing my camera gear back to school. I had it in my chest, but I still wasn't doing a whole lot. Every now and then, I pull it out, pull out the camera, the Canon 60D, and my wife and I would go take some pictures, go around the school and around town and snap off some photos, but it wasn't a whole lot that I was doing with it. In fact, I knew about YouTube, but I still hadn't realized that YouTube was the space where you can do vlogging and creating content. So in 2014, my senior year of college, some of my digital media arts friends who were into filmmaking started telling me about the 4K cameras. They were telling me about the 4K cameras so much that I started getting really interested into the 4K cameras, and that's what ultimately started drawing me back into filmmaking, back into the gear. But that's kind of when I started focusing more on the gear than what it was before, where I was focusing on, I needed this to start. And I kind of used that as an excuse too. It was something that got in my way. But a year ago, I thought, I should have started then. I should have started vlogging then, because I started learning so much about it. So how can I be part of a community where all of this information is already out there? So I can't vlog or start a YouTube channel on that. So I told myself that I'm going to work on my video skills after I graduate college. Like I said, I was working on business school and playing football. And I was learning so much about these cameras, I started a little bit of investing again into cameras. But when 2015 came around, I call that more of my transition period into my adulthood. Because I graduated at the end of 2014, and then I went straight into looking for a job. I needed to find a job because I had financial obligations that I had to work on. First of all, I needed to get engaged to my wife, who was my girlfriend then. I needed to find a job, and I couldn't find a job in the field that I wanted to use my degree in, and especially one that would help me use the video skills that I didn't go and study for. So I had a lot of thinking to do, a lot of work to be done. So in 2015, it definitely was the transition period for me. No doubt about it. I had a lot of responsibilities that I had to work on. So again, I found myself saying, well, I'm going to get to work on my video skills, because I did find a job that allowed me to use my videography side, the side that I wanted to create. So I said, I couldn't start in 2015. I can't start YouTube then. I got too much to do. I got so many responsibilities. And I started realizing that another pattern was happening. I realized then that there's pattern of, I need to learn video, I need to learn more, because I didn't take the time my junior year or my senior college to learn more about my video skills. So that's what I did. After 2015, the next couple of years, I just spent working on video. I even got into photography, got into events. I started doing all sorts of things for my job. And I told myself, maybe this is the time I need to start. And again, I mean, don't get me wrong, the job had definitely gave me all the time, all the opportunity I needed to build on my skills. And I'm ready now. I'm definitely the glass half full kind of guy, because I did take that opportunity to learn a lot. Now I have all these tools and skills under my belt. My job has helped me to build my attitude and build my personal and my professional well-being. And so now I'm here. I think now is the time to start, because there is no perfect time to start. There really isn't a perfect time to do things. When to start, if you should start, if you have enough gear, if you have enough talent or the skills. Again, you're just going to keep putting excuses in front of the thing you really want to do. Now, it doesn't mean that they're bad excuses. Like I said, I was a full-time student. I had to play football. I was working on financial obligations. I wanted to get married. I wanted to do all these other things. I need to find a job. I need to work on my craft. Those were actually legitimate excuses to put in front of starting a YouTube channel. However, when you think about it, no, we need to start. That one thing that you want to do, whether it's a YouTube channel or if it's streaming or whatever it is, you have to just begin, because you're going to keep putting things in front of the thing that you want to do. And here I am at the house where I grew up in as a child. Now I'm starting a new chapter in my life, bringing in a new child with my wife, and it's going to be amazing. And I can't think of a better way or a better time to start doing YouTube. And not only YouTube, but so many other projects that I have in mind. I have 1,000 ideas. So hopefully I can share a lot of those with you. In fact, please subscribe to my channel and like my video, because I definitely want to bring all my ideas to YouTube. That way I can share them with you, share them with everybody. I mean, I want you to share I just want you to go crazy and just share these ideas. Like, look what I found. This guy's just sharing all these crazy ideas. Look, I got in a nice little shirt. I'm out here in the dark with the mosquitoes. The Texas heat is insane. But I'm out here doing this because I believe in it so much. Before, I probably would have used this as an excuse. Before, I have a lot of other projects I could be working on as well. But I know this is something I definitely want to do. This is something I need to work on. And I am out of focus. This is something I need to work on. This is something that we all need to work on, because we can go full circle and say, look, I'm right back where I am, and I still haven't started, and I don't want that to be the case anymore. So, alright. I found these sticks here. We're using this for a mobile. Mobile. Building a mobile.